First thing I want to do is give credit to Tulsa. Played a really good game. Obviously shot the ball and made some timely shots. Really answered every time we tried to really make a run at them. So credit to them. You know, they play better than we did, and you know, it's something that our team's got to learn from, and hopefully the learning process eases up a little bit, and we're a better team for these experiences later on in the season.
Coach, talk about the atmosphere. A lot of orange in the Tulsa gym.
Yeah, it was I thought it was a great atmosphere for college basketball. You know, they have a great venue here. I think it's the perfect size for college basketball, really at any level, because you can really get a really good, you know, vibe in the building, even when it's not totally full. I don't know what the numbers were, but you felt the energy in there. But certainly, thank you to our fans who traveled wherever they were from. And I know a lot of them are right here in town. But the people who came to see us play tonight, sorry for them that we couldn't pull out the win. But we're building the right way, and our team's going to continue to get better.
So when you evaluate the video, Mike, with your team, do you just draw a line at, I don't know, like 7 minutes or so and say, this is what I want in regard to energy and the way you guarded and all that, you know what I mean, the last 7 minutes or so?
Yeah, it's a big part of what I just told those guys. We're not playing well enough for a longer enough period of time. And I'll be honest, you know, part of this is on me because of the schedule, right? Not making it an excuse, but we've now played our 5th consecutive game away from home, 6 away from home in our first 8 games with, you know, 5 freshmen playing, you know, good minutes for us. And, you know, I knew that was a challenge coming in. Obviously, we've been in several of these games and are close. So I'm actually I'm inspired by what I can see the team and program becoming. But losing is no fun. I mean, I'm a competitor and want to win every time out. And so this one will sting. It'll hurt for a while, but it can't hurt for too long. We got another really good team that we're going to play against. So it's not like it gets any easier just because we go home. In fact, the game will probably be even more challenging because psychologically now, where our young kids might be, we'll have to do a good job as a staff getting them to turn the page.
Mike, the free throw shooting woes, you've kind of talked about it before. Is it surprising nearing the 10 game point of the season that your team is still struggling to shoot free throws at this clip?
I mean, somewhat. Again, I have to go back and try to figure out, you know, where that's happening. We've got some really good shooters, and again, we've shot well in some games, and you know, obviously the last 2 we haven't, and obviously they've been close games, and you certainly can point to that as a factor and what happened in the outcome. So yeah, we'll have to figure out a way to be better there, but I still believe in those kids. I know they're good shooters. I watch them make them in practice every day, and I know they work on them when we're not around. And I hope it's not something that they're starting to question themselves, but I know when people start talking about it, it becomes even more of a psychological disadvantage. So I want to just continue to encourage those kids that we believe in what they're doing. You know, it's not like we're going to go out and get a bunch of new guys to try to shoot free throws for us. These guys got to step up and make them in games.
Mike, we talked the other day about foul trouble and how it affected you guys in Minnesota. Cam could only play 4 minutes in the first half. How much did you think that changed things?
It certainly had an impact. I mean, there's no doubt. He's our most experienced interior guy. He gives us some toughness and obviously a lot of experience, you know, in these type of environments. He's won a lot of big games in a lot of places that people haven't won before. So not having him out there to kind of anchor things inside with our defense, had a few breakdowns in our ball screen coverages because he wasn't out there. And again, I got to go back and look at the film and see why or how those fouls are being picked up. And it's certainly something we have to correct for our team.
I mean, you could have scheduled a 10-0 start, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the value of the grind, I mean, there is value in that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say this. I don't have any, I have no desire to be the all-time winningest coach anywhere. It's not part of my motivation. I didn't get in this to do that. Hall of Fames and all that stuff I'm here to try to make kids better. And they get better from a basketball standpoint by playing against good competition. It doesn't look good when you're 4-4 instead of 7-1 or 8-0, but I think that once we turn the calendar and our team has gone through these things, that we'll have a better opportunity to have success later on in the season.
And you avoid that shock of, if you do play something soft for 2 months.
Sure,
And then all of a
sure.
sudden.
And
you're
again,
in the
I'm
Big
not
12.
disparaging anybody who schedules differently, and I may with a different type of team schedule differently, but I didn't want a bunch of freshmen to go into, Manhattan, Kansas in January and be like, uh-oh, where do these big athletic bodies come from? And an atmosphere and people booing us and all that stuff. So again, I knew the challenges going in, and that's my responsibility to get the kids ready to play these games.
Coach, what have you learned about this young team through the 8 games?
That they are young, and we play like a young team. We do. We play in big ups and downs, and we're not able right now to maintain fundamentally sound basketball. We have untimely turnovers. We have untimely fouls. That's a direct sign. I didn't look at it until after I think the tournament in Orlando, but we were turning the ball over at a fairly high rate, and I looked, and we're like 308th in experience or something like that, and we're like 270 something in turnover percentage, and those two things are related. But that's who we are. What I told our guys is we're not going to be able to change the experience number. That number is going to be what it is all year. We're not going to all of a sudden at some trade deadline or go pick up a couple of older vets and figure out how to take care of the ball better. The kids we have to get better, and it's on our staff to make them better and help them play better basketball as the season goes along.
You mentioned how with the free throw troubles, it's important for them to not lose their confidence. What do you do in a practice after this to kind of keep them motivated and not listen to outside noise?
Well, I can't control the outside noise. I can just control the message internally, and the message is, we believe in them. And again, in practice, you've been there. We put them on the line, and I'm not sure there are 5 teams in the country that shoot more free throws in practice than we do. We literally shoot them probably at 4 or 5 different parts of practice every day. We always shoot them at the end when they're tired. We shoot them some in the middle. We shoot several at the beginning of practice. We put them in different situations, and there's almost always some sort of punishment attached to not making them. But it's different now with people in the stands, and obviously you're down 3, and you got to make 2 to put the game to 1, and the crowd's not on your side this time. So that's the noise they have to be able to block out, not necessarily people talking about whether they can make it, but just being able to step up there and have focus enough to know that their practice gives them the opportunity to go there and have the success.
Going back to fouls, what did Yor do differently tonight? He only had 2 fouls, but still was able to get his blocks.
Again, it's hard for me to say without the advantage of looking at the film. I can't, I'm not sure. I couldn't answer that honestly right now.
It seemed like until the final few minutes, and when you guys made your run, they did a pretty good job of denying Thomas and Lindy from getting shots off from the outside. Was that they're doing, or were there some things that you guys weren't doing?
Yeah, I never. Every time you don't play well, the other team has something to do with it. So Tulsa gets credit for making us not play well as we're capable of. But I'm pretty certain when I do look at the film, there are things that we just broke down and doing that we practice, and that's where we have to be better. But they had a good game plan. They played inspired. They obviously were really excited. It was a great crowd, great atmosphere, and credit to them for coming out with the win.
Anything else, guys?